the first job I did in America was demolition, or they're demolishing some properties where maybe they're not using or something, and then we'll go there, we'll be packing the rubbles to go cut them away into. That was the first job I did, and I think I got paid $20 for that. That was my first job. Yes. So the second job was painting. The third job was in Nigeria. There's something they call Loma, waste people. You know, this vehicle that comes to your house and they pack your dirt. I was following that, so I would hang on the truck. They will get to a point to the next house. I'll jump down, take the trash can, pour it there, put it, and then hang on the thing again. I did that as well. And I also did...
Sorry. I've always wondered about those guys. Now I can ask you, since you did it. Please, is it that you get used to the smell after a while? Do you ever get used to the smell?
I didn't wait to get used to it because I ran away. I did it for about a week.
Okay, a week. You couldn't handle the smell.
I couldn't. Not just the smell. Maybe I should say I wasn't fit enough, because you have to run to hang it, to jump on it.
Yeah.
Trash it, put it. The guy is already going. You have to run, catch up with it, and then stay on it again. Yeah. Like I did that for a week. Meanwhile, the guy that in fact, that's why I was telling you about day labor, right? They picked us for that job at day labor. The guy that we were picked together did that job for about a month. Said, Emi, what you like? You're very strong in this. I couldn't do it. I did that. It was after that I did painting. I've never been a painter, but you have to survive. I did painting as well. Then after painting, I did Amazon delivery. So that was the last job I did in Dallas before I moved to Chicago. So when I got to Chicago, the first job I did was working in a factory. So it was from the factory to another factory and then to Uber driving.
Okay, how many years is this before you got into into the information security?
To get into cybersecurity from all this, took me about 9 months.
All of these jobs was under 1 year?
Yes.
All of these jobs you were doing?
Everything.
Wow. Okay. Look, as I begin to round this up, so I must ask you, it's very interesting, and it's one of my teachings. I've said this to people over and over again. It's amazing how you want to leave a place. Say Nigeria, for example, you want to leave. You're desperate to leave. You're begging to leave. You think maybe America or Canada or wherever is your next. And you get there and you want to run back to where you said you couldn't wait to leave. But apparently the trick is not to run back. If you can go through the transition, which is representative of the wilderness, then you can get into the promised land, which is what you have done. To run back is to symbolically go back to Egypt, so to speak, isn't it?
Of course. So the thing is, I recently got back from Nigeria, right? If you, goodness gracious, if you're feeling nostalgic, and this is done by what we see on Instagram. And like I said, I mute so many people on Instagram now because they give us false representation of Nigeria, which is not true. So I was telling my wife, I said, let's go back to Nigeria. It seems all is well. So my wife said, well, if you want to drag me, I'm not going there with you. Whatever you want to do, you can go. And I told my team as well, I said, I want to come back to Nigeria. My team said, sir, the reason why you are thinking straight is because you are not here. When you get here, your brain, I said, these guys are lying. Then I wanted to do like 2 weeks, do some podcasts and look at some property. So let's go to Nigeria. I went there. Nobody told me. I was there. The third day that I got there, I said, I can't live. No, I can't live here again. Why? Because of the infrastructure. You're going to pay for internet. It's not going to work. You pay for light. You won't see it. Traffic, the way they drive, like it will take a lot to get used to that chaos or that chaotic way of living again. So
it's funny you should mention this and mention Instagram, because just yesterday, I promise you I'm not exaggerating, at most 2 days ago, but I think it was yesterday, I'm reading somebody's post on Instagram. who was showing Lagos and said the people here are balling. Don't let them tell you that Lagos and Nigeria are dead. I just came in from abroad and people are having fun. Yeah, it is tough, but they have adjusted. They are living life. In short, it is good.
Well, you want to go adjust to the chaotic life? Why not? You can. Because some people profit in chaos, right?
Yes.
That's where some people make profit. So the thing is, no matter how bad a country or an environment is, some will still find a way to exploit and also make profit. And there are some people that they cannot thrive in a sane and working environment. There are people like that. So people like that, would you want them to come here and work like normal people and obey traffic? And they're not going to do that. So they rather stay there and enjoy the fake drink that they sell in the clubs and live the fake life. And then, if I was in Nigeria, Uncle T, I'll be dead. That's the truth. The thing that happened, to me in November 2020, it happened to someone that I followed on TikTok. I should say, I think he's a, vlogger, though he had a job. I think he had a business, but the guy travels and records everything. Very sweet, pleasant guy. I think they call him Ade or Moba or something like that. The guy is the one that used to say, Ijokwa and Loba. This, I love that guy. Do you know that this guy had traveled everywhere? He was in Ikeja playing soccer and he slumped and he died. The same thing that happened to me. If I was in Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria, I'll be dead because they will tell you there's no ambulance. Nigeria, some of those institutions, they profit in the misery of other people. You tell them, oh, they stole my car. They will tell you to come and pay because it happened to me too. A week to my introduction, to my wife, one or two introduction. A week to that, my car was stolen. I went to church. They stole my car. The police were asking for money. We paid a lot of money. Nothing. So, institutions that profit in your misery, you now say you're having a heart attack or something is happening, they will tell you there's no ambulance. Send us money. Let's buy food. Let's do this. Before you say ABC, that person is gone. That guy died. And I was telling my wife, I said, you see one of the reasons why I said I can never regret coming here. Because my doctor told me I was fortunate enough to be attended to by one of the best cardiologists in this country. The guy said if I had waited 5 minutes, I'll be dead. The ambulance, when we called 911, it was as though they parked somewhere and they were waiting that somebody will call them. Without exaggeration, they came less than 5 minutes when we called. Less than 5 minutes. So you want to tell someone that had experienced that, gone through that, then I will now take myself and go somewhere where all there is chaos. You buy your Ferrari, you're driving it in potholes, and you're queuing for fuel, black markets, or you're going to the club, the expensive poison that they sell with fake drinks.
Okay, Tolu, final question is so Lightforth, and that's lightforth.org.
Yes. So for those who are interested, Uncle T, my team will send you a link.
Okay.
You can put it in the description.
Yeah.
It's a quiz. It's quiz.lightforth.org.
Okay.
Quiz.lightforth.org. So the quiz is to first assess you. Assess where you are, your standing, that you are entry, beginner, intermediate or advanced or expert or something like that. To know, your standing, and then we'll tell you how Lightforth can help you.
Okay, so we'll throw that in the description. So they click on that. Yes. It takes them to
the assessment page. Yes.
This is what I wanted to ask. This is obviously good for all jobs. Accounts payable, GRC, EML, not so.
Whatever you do.
Whatever. So
even in the health sector.
So how old were you when you came to America?
Should we use the official?
I just wonder because there are people who are older now, so they're wondering. Okay, so this is perhaps what I should ask. For an older person who is say maybe 45 right now, or who is on 50 or past 50, who is fortunate enough to be in America or Canada or Europe or wherever and can access the solutions that you provide.
Yes.
Is it your testimony and your submission are you positing that the fastest way to turn their lives and fortunes around is to do GRC or to do information security?
All right, let me say this, because I get this question a lot and I like to throw more light on it. If you're coming to do GRC, if you're 60 and above, you've got only about 3.4 to 4% chances of getting in. Does that mean you won't get in? No, you will, but it's tough. But if you're 50, 55, trust me, the door is open.
Wow. Wait. The difference between being 55 and being 60
and above
is according to that, if my mathematics is correct, is the difference over 90%.
It's over 90%, yes. And the reason is because you can go look at those who are in GRC now that are in their 60s. You want to look at, we have very few percentage of them. They're about 4, 5, but less than 10%. However, they didn't start that day. They've been in GRC forever. You understand? So if you're going in GRC now and you are 60 and above, you've only got less than 5% chances. So, because before people come to our cybersecurity training program, we do psychometric tests for them. So once we find out that you're above 60, we don't take them. Because we want to work with people that we can help get a job. Once we know that you're above 60, even if you want to pay me 100K, I'm not going to take you.
Well, so what should a 60-something-year-old person do?
There are several things they can do online. There are several other things like AML, like
what's AML?
Anti-money laundering.
Okay.
Yeah, like AML, like bookkeeping. That's a very good one as well. If you're in your 60s, you can do bookkeeping. I mean, those are the things that, and there are several other, just to put it in perspective, get non-technical role and you'll be good.
Okay, but for people who can get in 60 and below, the question is cybersecurity a faster, more efficient way to turn your life around in just a couple of years than any other?
As far as I know, it is. I will tell you why. And I say a story, or I tell a story wherever I go. And the reason is because she's the fastest, my fastest student to ever get a job. Her name is Miracle. She was, her name is Miracle.
Her name is Miracle.
When she joined us to when she got a job was 39 days. Let me shock you. She had no technical background. In fact, she was a professor of music, teaching music. And from when she joined and when she got a job, 39 days. So that means that is the fastest way for you to change your life. Because cybersecurity is booming right now. They've been saying it's booming for years, but this time around, it's booming. Why? Because of the AI, because of AI agents, because of machine learning, all those technologies that we have now. So they really need people. Now, I wrote a book very recently, AI in the age of GRC. That book is about 400 pages. That book will let you understand why GRC folks are really needed now in this space of AI. So if you want to get into the job market, that is what I advise you to do. GRC is cybersecurity.